Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your trusted host and purveyor of all things informative and absurd. Now, tonight we have a segment that is guaranteed to bend your mind and question the boundaries of reality. We're diving headfirst into the murky world of government secrets, psychic spies, and a program so bizarre it could have been conjured up by the spirits of Monty Python themselves. Now, you may think I'm kidding or setting up a punchline, but I assure you, this is as real as it gets. We're talking about the Stargate project, a top-secret CIA endeavor that makes stranger things look like a quaint tea party. Imagine a world where intelligence agencies, instead of relying on conventional methods, recruited psychic warriors to peer through the veil of time and space. Now, you might be wondering, is this some wild conspiracy theory or a plotline from a B-grade sci-fi movie? Well, my friends, let me tell you, this is as real as it gets. We're going to dig deep into the classified archives, pull out some mind-boggling stories, and try to make sense of it all. And trust me, making sense of it might be the biggest challenge of them all. So fasten your seatbelts, put on your tinfoil hats, and get ready for a journey that will take us from the heights of the Cold War to the depths of the human psyche. We'll explore the origins, the controversies, and the undeniable audacity of a program that had the audacity to believe in the power of remote viewing and psychic abilities. Get ready, my friends, because we're about to unlock the secrets of the Stargate project, one remote viewing session at a time. And remember, in the world of psychic spies, truth is often stranger than fiction. Let's dive in and see just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Stay tuned, this is going to be one wild ride. But hey, don't keep all that knowledge to yourself. Join our community of curious minds by subscribing right now. When you do, drop us a comment saying, "I subscribe," to let us know you're on board. We'll do our best to respond and engage with your questions and suggestions. Together, let's uncover the hidden secrets and untold tales of Project Stargate. Tonight, we continue our exploration of the mind-bending world of the Stargate project. In the tumultuous era of the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union were engaged in a tense standoff, like two poker players with nuclear arsenals instead of chips. The threat of mutually assured destruction hung over the world like a dark cloud. Now, in the midst of this geopolitical chess match, the US government found itself delving into some rather unconventional territories. Yes, friends, I'm talking about the US government's interest in psychic phenomena. You see, amidst the paranoia and the constant game of one-upmanship, someone had the audacity to ask, hey, what if we could harness the power of the mind to gain an edge in this high-stakes game? And thus the seeds of the Stargate project were sown. The Stargate project, a top-secret program funded by the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, was the government's attempt to explore the realms of remote viewing, ESP, and psychic abilities. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like something out of a bad 70s sci-fi movie. Well, you're not wrong. But believe it or not, this was real life, or at least the government's version of it. Under the cloak of secrecy, the Stargate project aimed to unlock the mysteries of the human mind and harness psychic abilities for intelligence-gathering purposes. They wanted to see if individuals with extraordinary psychic talents could peer into classified locations, spy on enemies from afar, and maybe even predict the future. But before we continue, a word of caution. What you're about to hear may sound like the ramblings of a deranged conspiracy theorist, but I assure you this is all based on documented government programs. So, grab your tinfoil hats, take a sip of your favorite conspiracy theory cocktail, and join me as we uncover the strange and fascinating history of the Stargate project. Now we have uncovered the classified report that revealed the Soviet Union's interest in ESP research for espionage purposes. It was a revelation that sent shockwaves through the US military and intelligence communities. But the CIA wasn't about to let the Soviets have all the psychic fun. They responded by establishing their own research program at the Stanford Research Institute, SRI, in Menlo Park, California. At the SRI, the Stargate project took shape, becoming the epicenter of top-secret psychic investigations. And in their quest for psychic prowess, they turned to none other than the famous Uri Geller. Yes, that's right, the spoon-bending psychic sensation himself. Now, you might be wondering why they would bring in Uri Geller for such a classified program. After all, he was best known for bending spoons, not for his intelligence-gathering abilities. But the CIA saw potential in Geller's claims of mind-reading and mind-control powers. They thought he could be the missing piece in their psychic puzzle. Imagine the scene. CIA agents and researchers gathered around as Uri Geller performed his mind-boggling feats. Spoons twisting, minds bending, and the possibilities expanding. It was like a real-life magic show with national security implications. So with Geller on board, the Stargate project embarked on a journey to explore the limits of psychic abilities. They sought to uncover the truth behind remote viewing, ESP, and the power of the human mind. It was an audacious endeavor fueled by the Cold War tensions and the belief that psychic spies could give the US a crucial edge in intelligence gathering. One of the primary methods utilized in the Stargate project was remote viewing. This technique involved trained individuals known as remote viewers who purportedly had the ability to perceive information and imagery from remote geographical targets. Without being physically present at the location, these remote viewers would use their psychic abilities to sense and describe natural scenes or military sites. The successes attributed to remote viewing within the Stargate project were both intriguing and controversial. There were numerous examples of trials in which remote viewers accurately identified specific geographic features, buildings and structures. Astonishingly, some of these descriptions were later verified to be highly accurate, leaving many questioning the boundaries of human perception. For instance, remote viewers were able to accurately remote view a high-tech site at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, describing intricate details that they couldn't have possibly known beforehand. Another notable success involved remote viewers discovering the presence of rings around Jupiter, a remarkable feat considering this was a scientific discovery that was yet to be officially confirmed. But it wasn't just about extraordinary locations or astronomical phenomena. The operational assignments undertaken by remote viewers within the Stargate project involved more practical targets. They were tasked with remote viewing sites such as radio listening posts, nuclear research centers, and suspicious construction sites in various locations. Remarkably, the remote viewers provided detailed descriptions of these targets, including precise geographical coordinates, physical features, and even ongoing activities. It was as if they were able to transcend time and space, gathering information that would otherwise be inaccessible through conventional means. These astonishing accounts of remote viewing accuracy raised questions about the nature of perception and the potential of psychic abilities. How could individuals sitting in a room miles away accurately describe remote locations with such precision? Intriguingly, some remote viewing sessions even demonstrated precognitive abilities, with remote viewers accurately describing events or activities before they occurred. These instances of precognition added another layer of mystery and wonder to the Stargate project's exploration of psychic phenomena. The accuracy of remote viewing has been a topic of intense debate, with some dismissing it as mere chance or subjective interpretation. And it wouldn't be a government program without some skepticism and doubt, right? First, in 1995, the CIA decided to partially declassify Project Stargate. It was like peeling back a curtain, giving us a glimpse into the world of psychic research that had been shrouded in secrecy for decades. But even with the declassification, there were still plenty of questions and concerns. The CIA, in its oh-so-charming way, declared the Stargate project a failure. Yes, they called it a failure. They claimed that there was no conclusive evidence to support the existence of a paranormal phenomenon like remote viewing. Sure, there were some successes and weird statistical anomalies, but they argued that the information provided by remote viewers was often too vague and ambiguous to be useful. In other words, it was like trying to decipher the scribbles of a doctor's prescription. Good luck with that. They argued that the descriptions provided by remote viewers were so open to interpretation that you could basically fit them into any situation you wanted. It's like having a horoscope that's so vague it could apply to anyone and anything. Today you will face challenges and make important decisions. Well, no kidding. Another bone of contention was the lack of a standardized protocol. The whole thing seemed pretty loosey-goosey. There were no clear guidelines or consistent methods for evaluating the efficacy of remote viewing. It was like playing a game of darts blindfolded. Sure, you might hit the bullseye once in a while, but it's mostly just a wild guess. So the controversies and criticisms continued to swirl. The skeptics argued that the Stargate project was more smoke and mirrors than groundbreaking science. But hey, in the world of psychic phenomena, nothing is ever straightforward. When the Stargate project was shut down, it left a lot of people scratching their heads. Some questioned its effectiveness, while others wondered if there was more to the story than met the eye. And I'm not talking about remote viewing here, folks. The government may have pulled the plug on Stargate, but that didn't mean they stopped exploring the strange and unexplained. It's like they put a lid on one Pandora's box and opened another. They just couldn't resist the allure of the paranormal. But let's be honest, Stargate wasn't without its controversies and criticisms. Skeptics argued that the remote viewing results were vague and ambiguous. They questioned whether the information provided was truly valuable or just a bunch of hocus-pocus. In fact, the CIA itself expressed skepticism about the program, declaring it a failure. They stated that while there were some successful trials, the overall evidence was too inconclusive to be considered actionable intelligence. It's like they were saying, sorry folks, we can't base our national security on psychic visions. And that brings us to the legacy of Stargate. It's left us with more questions than answers. But one thing's for certain, Project Stargate has left an indelible mark on popular culture. It has become synonymous with government secrecy and the exploration of the unknown. Just mention the word Stargate, and you're instantly transported to a world of intrigue and mystery. And that brings us to the end of our dive into the enigmatic Stargate project. From psychic spies to mind-boggling remote viewing, it's safe to say this was not your average government program. Now, before we bid adieu, I have a little treat for you. Up there at the top of your screen, we have something truly special, the NASA Dolphin Experiment. Yes, you heard that right, dolphins in space? Well, not exactly, but it's a fascinating glimpse into the world of these intelligent marine creatures and why NASA thought it was a good idea to give them acid. So sit back, relax, and indulge in the wonders of the dolphin experiment. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the marvelous world of dolphins, awaiting you at the top of your screen. Tap right now. Enjoy.